Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Ottawa Senators. I'm your host, Jack. We are talking about our preview prediction, our first one of the season, talking about the Boston Bruins and the Washington Capitals games. So we're going to begin with the Boston Bruins. It's going to be our home opener on Tuesday at the Canadian Tire Center. So in terms of injuries, I think the only real injury we have is Cam Talbot, and then for the Boston Bruins, injured reserve pretty much is Brad Marchand and Charlie McAvoy. But we gotta see. So the Boston Bruins, they're coming off of a couple good games so far. I mean, they lost their first game of the season to the New Jersey Devils, they played the Boston Bruins, or the Washington Capitals, sorry. They beat the Caps, and they beat the Coyotes. So they are at a stand of 4 points during the season so far. They do play the Florida Panthers tomorrow, so they got another game before they go on the road to play the Ottawa Senators. But for now, I'm not sure. I think the Ottawa Senators need to make a lot more improvements, especially against a team like Boston, because, I think if Ottawa wants to get that wild card spot, the team that is the weakest out of the other four would be Boston. So I mean, if you're the Boston Bruins, I mean you're looking good so far, but on paper, in the offseason, we were all saying if Boston starts out pretty slow, they got to watch out for a team like the Ottawa Senators. But the Ottawa Senators aren't, at least for now. The first two games, they did not look good at all. I mean, we could talk about the second game; they were in it, but they didn't finish. First game was horrible for the Senators. But anyways, so they play the Bruins. I am going to give the edge here to the Ottawa Senators. I just, because honestly, why not? Let's see if they're a good home team or not, or if it's another slow start. So I'm going to pick them to win by a final score of 4-3, no overtime in regulation, by a final score of 4-3. I'm just going to keep it pretty simple. They're not going to take it by much. And then we're going to shift over to the Washington game, which is on Thursday. So injury report for them is obviously Nicholas Backstrom, Carl Hagelin, and Tom Wilson. And, for the Washington Capitals, they did lose to the Bruins. They lost to the Maple Leafs, and then they got their first win against the Montreal Canadiens. They play the Vancouver Canucks tomorrow. We'll see how that results for them. But let's see. Connor Brown returns to Ottawa, so I don't know if he'll get a tribute video. I mean, if we might see one. He'll probably get a lot of standing ovations from the Senators fans, as he should. We all loved Connor Brown in his time in Ottawa, so you got to expect something special for him. But for this game, the Washington game, I mean, I don't know. Darcy Kemper, let's see if he'll be starting in net. But, I don't know. They looked a little slow in the beginning, the first two games, and then they pulled it off against the Canadiens. I mean, they did have a home game against the Bruins. So, let's see if Ottawa can kind of pull one of these two games off. I mean, if we can... Well, I'm going to give the edge here before I say what I'm about to say. I'm going to give the edge to the Capitals on this one. I don't think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I'm going to go 2-1 in favor of the Washington Capitals. No overtime again. So both games are going to be one-score games. Ottawa beats Boston 4-3. Capitals beat the Senators 2-1. But I don't know if they can come out with this one with at least 3 points, which means they would be 1-2-1 to start the year. 1-2-1 isn't that bad. Bottom line, if they can take one game, fair enough. But my goal, if I'm the Ottawa Senators, I want to see at least 3 points, just because of how slow we started the season. And again, Saturday we got the Arizona Coyotes, so I mean, if we lose the Coyotes game, if we just take one of these games or just get at least 1 point or at most two, and we lose to the Coyotes, yikes. So, I don't know. Like I said, slight edge to the Caps here, but hopefully they prove me wrong. Like I said, my expectation, I hope we can pull at least 3 points, and then we can go to Arizona with those 3 points, and then we'll see where it goes from there. So the first catch-up episode for the season is going to come out either late on Friday or early Saturday, and then a preview and prediction video will come out Saturday as well for the Coyotes game. So this is Jack from the Ottawa Senators Alex signing off saying, Go Sens Go.